Here at the Siegel Center in Richmond, the Albemarle Patriots are going to try to win their first ever state title. The Patriots have been to the state tournament 7 times under Coach Greg Maynard, but never won it all. Some of Virginia's transfers have starred at other schools, now hoping to prove themselves against tougher competition. The 18-0 win was Virginia's largest margin of victory this season and second most runs scored. The Hoos improved to 8-8 in the ACC and play host to Liberty on Tuesday. He's the 9-year-old Greenbrier Elementary student who's a rising star in golf. He earned a spot in the annual Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals. This was Lucas's big week, competing on the legendary Masters Golf Course at Augusta. Both the Western Albemarle boys and girls soccer teams are playing in the state championship game for the 3rd straight year. This afternoon, we've learned that a handful of UVA baseball players have entered the transfer portal, including Charlottesville native Henry Ford and pitcher Tomas Valinkis. Brian O'Connor says Mississippi State represents everything he loves about college baseball: tradition, passion, and relentless pursuit of excellence. He leaves a UVA baseball program that he built into a perennial power. He led Virginia to the top. A national championship in 2015, 7 trips to the College World Series, and 18 NCAA tournament appearances. Named National Coach of the Year 3 times, Brian O'Connor had over 100 of his players selected in the Major League Draft, 33 eventually playing in the big leagues. Prior to O'Connor's arrival in Charlottesville, Virginia had only made the NCAA tournament 3 times and never made it to Omaha. His first season at UVA was my first year at 29 News. And joining me right now is Virginia head coach Brian O'Connor. Coach, have you ever been around a team that was so resilient?
I'll tell you, Marty, these kids have a tremendous amount of confidence and poise.
O'Connor's top assistant, Kevin McMullen, will also join him at Mississippi State, as well as assistant Matt Kirby. In a message to the UVA team, O'Connor thanked his players for their dedication, tireless work, and loyalty. It is strange to now see him in maroon. O'Connor says the atmosphere at the Bulldogs' home stadium is the best in college baseball. O'Connor has been a top target of college programs for years. O'Connor has always said there was no reason for him to leave UVA. But recently, with the changing landscape of college athletics and resources of the SEC and Mississippi State, he was able to be wooed away. UVA Athletics Director Carla Williams says with the tremendous support from our donors and fans over the last 2 decades, we look forward to hiring a head coach that will build upon the excellence that currently exists and continue competing for championships. Williams says O'Connor's legacy is driving strong interest in UVA's head coaching position. Brian O'Connor will be officially introduced at Mississippi State on Thursday. Marty Hudtloff, 29 News at 6.
Thank you, Marty.
It's a high-caliber match in the heat. Crozet's Meg Knutson grew up playing tennis in Minnesota. It was only a couple years ago that her mom and sister said, "You gotta get into pickleball."
And my sister pulled me aside. She said, "You know, Megan, I really think you could get good at this if you tried." And I was like, yeah, I kind of caught the bug.
Meg says she started playing 2 to 3 hours a day. Her friend in Charlottesville, Megan Washburn, a pickleball expert, helped her master the sport.
The IQ that she's developed for the game has been incredible to watch. And so now she's got a lot of nuance to her game. She can dink, she can drive, she can do all of it.
Knutson now has a 5.0 rating. An elite pickleball player.
You can really learn that those soft shots and placement can really matter a lot more than power, and it becomes a little bit more of a game of chess.
Last month, Knutson won gold at the Amateur U.S. Open in Florida, winning in mixed doubles and in women's doubles with her sister. And get this, her niece and 74-year-old mom also won medals in their age group.
So I was surprised at my age with that number of people coming and from all over. And then my granddaughter too, that's really been, so again, what a great family experience.
3 generations of Whalens racked up 11 medals, setting an amateur U.S. Open record for one family.
To be there with my family, to get to compete, and as a 41-year-old, mom and worker, like to get to go live this athletic dream for a week with my family is, I never thought that would happen. And it's incredibly motivating for the next year, right? Because we're already training.
In Charlottesville, Marty Hudtloff, 29 News. He was met with cheers at JPJ in a press conference open to the public. Ryan Odom is Virginia's new head coach and says he's excited this opportunity opened up.
I walked through that door with enthusiasm. I walked through that door with passion, with humility, with a desire to help continue to build this place. I feel very prepared to take on what everyone knows is a daunting task. Following Coach Bennett, following a legend. I'll be honest, I'm at peace with that. I'm not afraid of it. I wouldn't be standing here if I was afraid of it.
All the players from the UVA basketball team sat in the front row of the press conference.
We want what's best for each of them, and whether that's staying here or finding a new opportunity. It's a puzzle to me. My wife is a puzzler. And a coach's job, a staff's job, is to put the pieces together and make them fit and then go to work.
Ryan Odom returns to Charlottesville, where he spent a big chunk of his youth from 3rd to 10th grades, while his dad, Dave Odom, was an assistant coach at UVA.
This is the place that I fell in love with basketball. This is the place where I was shaped in so many ways.
We just felt like he was ready to take this on, and I wanted to purposefully say that we trust him with this program, which is saying a lot because of so many have put so much into this program. We trust Ryan with it.
At JPJ, Marty Hudtloff, 29 News. They are 2 of the greatest athletes in UVA sports history. Sisters Gretchen and Alex Walsh wrapped up their collegiate swim careers, leading Virginia to its 5th straight national championship.
What I really want to be remembered by, I think, is my leadership. I was a captain this year, and I take a lot of pride in that. I want to be remembered for being a good teammate, bringing positive energy to practice every day, and pushing my teammates to new heights.
Gretchen won 7 golds in this year's NCAA championships, 3 individually and 4 in relays, finishing her career as a 25-time NCAA champion.
There's so much I've accomplished here at UVA over the past 4 years that I never would have thought I could have ever done, and I feel very grateful. It is amazing.
Alex won 23 NCAA titles. The grad student is the only swimmer ever to be a part of 5 NCAA championship teams.
The fact that we've kind of solidified ourselves as history makers, we know for a fact that we've already left a legacy, and I feel very honored to be a part of it, and also know that I've been able to become the athlete that I always dreamed of being since I was so little. I mean, it doesn't really get more perfect than that.
Gretchen and Alex Walsh are not leaving Charlottesville. They've bought a house together here and will continue to train here at this pool with the UVA swim team as professionals.
We're going to be roommates for the first time since we were in high school, so yeah, I'm excited.
Gretchen already has her eyes set on the 2028 Summer Olympics in LA.
I want to be able to represent my country in our country on home soil in the Olympics. That's the dream.
With the Walsh sisters at UVA, Marty Hudtloff, 29 News. Dom Starsia led Virginia to 4 national championships. He will be honored next week by USA Lacrosse at its annual New York City Gala for his accomplishments in the sport. I talked with Dom yesterday at his Charlottesville home about his amazing coaching career in a sport that he didn't discover until college, when he was a football player at Brown University.
And I had a buddy on the freshman football team who said, why don't you come out for lacrosse? And I had heard of the game growing up on Long Island, but I'd never seen it. And so I said, okay, I'll give it a try. And literally, Marty, it almost sounds like I'm making this up, I fell in love with the game immediately. Almost as if when I held a stick for the first time, it was almost as if this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Hey, Fastest pace, relentless, all over the field.
After playing and coaching at Brown, Starsia was hired at UVA in 1993.
I think Virginia's expectations were that we were going to win a national championship, right away. And I'd never won one at Brown.
It took 6 years before Starsia's Who's broke through, winning the national title in 1999.
It's a learning process, and what I was learning is at that level how hard it is to win.
Starsia went on to win 3 more national titles at Virginia in 2003, 2006, and 2011.
I get asked oftentimes by coaches, how do you win close games? How do you win these games? And the answer is good players, frankly.
And it's over. Virginia has done it.
My job over 42 years of coaching was to convince groups of young men that it's worth it. It's in one sentence, that's what it was. That's what my job was. Convince you that it was worth it. Because it requires sacrifices, it requires you giving up things.
It's a great job, fellas, right there.
Everybody on a team needs to play to their full potential.
With the Lacrosse Hall of Famer, Marty Hudtloff, 29 News. I told you about Lucas Dunaway back in October. He's the 9-year-old Greenbrier Elementary student who's a rising star in golf. He earned a spot in the annual Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals. This was Lucas's big week, competing on the legendary Masters Golf Course at Augusta.
Determining the points over here, Lucas Dunaway. He's a 4th grader at Greenbrier Elementary School in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Mike Tirico calling his name. 9-year-old Lucas Dunaway, full of emotions, competing in the Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals.
I was everything. I was nervous a little bit. I was mostly excited and so happy to just be there.
So special just to be on the legendary Augusta Golf Course.
Yeah, it was so cool, and it's just as good as they say it is on TV. Not an inch of the grass is not perfect. It's just all so good.
Before the event, Lucas got to meet some of golf's biggest stars, like Scotty Scheffler and Adam Scott.
He shook my hand and said congratulations and keep going with my golf career.
The Drive, Chip, and Putt Finals is a one-day competition for the best young golfers in the country. Lucas brought home a trophy to Central Virginia. He finished 2nd in his age group. He earned a medal winning the chipping competition. Just yesterday at Birdwood, he showed me his skills.
Usually I'm pretty good at chipping with my 56. I agree it's the toughest, and I had to get my feel down into practice.
He did excellent. I mean, it was amazing how composed he was under that severe pressure. I'm proud of him for lots of reasons. Character-wise, this game teaches character. He handles himself with poise. He's respectful to the game and to his fellow competitors.
I had so much fun, and so always have fun and enjoy the moment. Embrace the opportunity.
Those are words to live by. Lucas says he wants to get back to Augusta next year for the Drive, Chip, and Putt Finals and win it. It'll be tougher as he moves up into a different age group with the 10 and 11-year-olds. With the hats of his 5 finalist schools lined up, 4-star point guard Chance Mallory announced his college decision.
I love the city of Charlottesville too much.
Lots of cheers as Mallory says he's staying home, recommitting to UVA.
I've been in Charlottesville my whole life, so Charlottesville is home for me. I'm friends with Eli Bennett. I've been at JPJ ever since I was a kid, so it definitely just felt like Stab, but just bigger.
Put the hat on, Chance. Mallory, one of the country's most coveted point guards, says Virginia hiring Coach Ryan Odom factored into his decision.
I know Coach Odom. He's a great coach at VCU. He recruited me when I was at VCU, so I've known him, so I feel like it was the right fit with me and my play style.
What kind of player is Virginia getting?
A winner. They're going to win a lot of games because of him, and he's something that they haven't had in the past couple of years. And with Coach Odom coming in with a new philosophy and a new style, to have a point guard who's this dynamic and whose number one priority is winning, it's who you want to have the keys when you're starting a new program.
Mallory is Stab's all-time leader in points, assists, and steals, and he's also the school's winningest player. What do you want to bring to Virginia's program?
Just excitement. I like to play exciting. I like to win. I like to win basketball games, and I just want to bring back what we had when we won the national championship.
He's already talking like a Wahoo. in Charlottesville. Marty Hudtloff, Virginia Weekend.